study says that there is a growing religious divide among younger Americans, in particular affecting men and women born between 1997 and 2012, a group known as Gen Z. A review by Axios of polling data says Gen Z women of all faiths are far more likely to be religiously unaffiliated than Gen Z men. The study also says younger women are moving to the left politically far quicker than young men. The rate of young people who identify as Catholic is also dropping, though at similar rates for men and women. We recently spoke with a Catholic philosopher about the findings. For analysis, we turn now to Dr. Carrie Gress, Catholic philosopher and a fellow at the Ethics and Public Policy Center. Carrie, great to have you on this show. First, I want to get your reaction to these findings. And does it all surprise you?
No, actually, I don't find it surprising at all. Sadly, I think that the feminist ideology has really, this has really been the goal from the beginning, is to attack the family and faith. And so we're now in maybe our third or fourth generation of this. And so it shouldn't be surprising that family isn't important. And what is being promoted is independence and the workplace. And I think that this is really, why we're seeing this certainly among women more than men as well.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about that, Carrie. I mean, some of the reasons why younger women are less likely to be religiously affiliated and also moving quicker to the left politically.
Yeah. Well, the one thing is certainly the family. When the family breaks down, it's much harder for a woman to really find God. I mean, both male and female. But for women, I think in particular, the father figure is something that if you have a good dad, it's a lot easier to connect with God the Father. So that's one of the aspects that is going on. And then, of course, social media plays into it so much. The narrative that's been pushed on women, this idea of focusing on work and being independent has just been magnified so much more through social media. And so I think all of those things are just leaving women with this sense that their home is really the people that are in their life and their work, and that's really where they need to focus. And there's just not a lot of room in their life for things like church and mass and faith, and they're very distracted by social media as well. So all of those things kind of get pushed out of the daily life experience.
Yeah, and I know the study also says that there's a decline among those in Gen Z, or people born between 1997 and 2012, identifying as Catholic. Take us inside of those numbers, Carrie, and how concerning is this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's again, it shouldn't surprise us. The reality is that Catholics have really gotten out of the culture. I think if we can think back to 1948, you've got a movie like The Song of Bernadette, which it won, I think, 2 or 3 different Academy Awards. Fulton Sheen also used to be on, primetime television. And we just don't have people like that in the culture, and certainly not during the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. So I think that those are really playing into it. When you feel like the faith has really been sidelined and isn't relevant to your life, then you're really not going to be wanting to engage in it. And I think this is what has motivated my work with Theology of Home, along with Nobel Mehring. The two of us have written books called Theology of Home, and we have a blog called Theology of Home. And it's really this idea of how do we make being Catholic attractive again? And I think that one of the things we've missed is culture, but also this very important element that women love, which is a little bit of fun. And so that's what we've managed to do with these books and with our blog. And I think we're seeing really great fruit from it, because typical apologetics just doesn't work for women of that age group. And I think that moving in these other directions, which are addressing cultural issues and really appealing to the way that women like to absorb content, is going to go a lot further than just trying to grind through maybe the proofs for God's existence or something.
Carrie, let's talk about that. Not a whole lot of time left, but I want to talk about what can be done to maybe change these trends and kind of correct things with young women especially.
The first thing we have to do is really start acknowledging the damage that feminism has done. And this has been its focus for 200 years, is really this idea of trying to help, or trying to make women think that their best life is going to be lived by themselves or independently. And that goes completely against the Catholic faith, and it really goes against our human nature. And I think that if we can help women start understanding that their human nature is made to live within community, and there's the desires of the heart that are met by the family, that's going to go a long way in helping women regain their faith and move past the appeal of this ideology.
Carrie, thank you so much for talking to us about all this and for what you're doing. We appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you. My pleasure.